London's knife crime epidemic is spiralling out of control. We've seen the absolutely woeful political response to this, but Westmonster wanted to get the views of people living in the affected areas. We went to the Nightingale estate in Hackney, which is recently the scene of a machete gang attack, and Stratford, which has just seen a fatal stabbing. We've seen a lot of reports recently about like an increase in violent crime, knife crime and stuff like that. What's your take on it? Are you seeing an increase, do you think?
Yeah, there definitely is an increase.
It's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, there is more gang activity like stabbing, shooting and then robbing and stuff.
On a daily occurrence you hear of someone getting stabbed, or you're a friend that's been chased down the road.
It stems to the kids around here don't really have much to do. I mean, I'm from Ilford, which is a few miles down the road, and like youth centres, swimming pools, anything that, you know, where kids can go and congregate have been taken away. I think more needs to be done by the government to address that kind of thing.
Councils just give houses to people who are addicts and so on and so on, and eventually that's the outcome, because the people who work or who are in low minority will just end up going elsewhere. So what do you expect them to do?
I just think these kids are able to do crimes and steal stuff, and there's not enough consequences to prevent them from wanting to do these crimes.
We need more police and then social securities, like guiding like areas where there is too much gangs, guiding, like, you know what I mean, yeah.
At the minute, you know, if you get caught with a knife, you know, you might not really go to prison, or you might get a short sentence. Does that annoy you?
Yes, very annoying.
Have you got like a sentence in mind that you'd like to see? Do you think?
Long time.
Maybe more sentences and, you know, more harsher sentences need to be given out. But I again say that the root of the problem is that not enough is done for kids when they're leaving school or in school for them to be deterred to this kind of life.
So would you like to see like things like longer prison sentences and stuff like that?
I definitely think that would definitely deter people. Yeah, I definitely think that would help. I mean, I'm not saying that America's a good example to go by because there's overpacked prisons, but there people are a bit more wary to do stuff.
You know, when people like start stabbing people, and then like when they are being taken to prison, I don't get the point why they bring them back. They need to
release them.
No, they need to stay there forever, because they're like, when they released and they come back, that's when they commit more crimes.
And in terms of like some politicians like Sadiq Khan's, the mayor obviously, and people like that are saying they've even resorted to blaming it on like the hot weather and stuff like that. I mean, how does that make you feel?
It's not the hot weather. It's just that it's like the attitude of people, isn't it? Like how people relate to each other and how like they behave. I feel like it's just too much freedom. Like people can just get a knife from any shop basically, and that I feel like there should be more ID checks and that, and like more background checks on how you purchase stuff, you know, from the markets and shit.
But it's not just your usual places, your Hackneys and your Stratfords, where we're seeing knife crime now. As you can see, I'm here at the National Theatre, where just a couple of days ago somebody was stabbed in the chest in broad daylight, in full view of all the tourists and everyone, in what is one of the busiest hotspots in London. Anyone that says this knife crime epidemic isn't hitting new heights simply isn't getting out enough.
I've got friends that are more encouraged to carry knives because they feel like more protected by it.
Yeah. Do you think as well, like they feel like there's less chance of them getting caught nowadays and stuff as well with it?
Yeah, definitely, compared to how like it used to be.
Yeah. And in terms of people carrying knives, like if you saw someone that got stopped with a knife or with a gun or something, or with acid, maybe that's happening now, isn't it? Would you like to see them maybe getting like longer prison sentences, or what do you think could be done to maybe stop them from doing it?
Yeah, I guess that if you had longer sentences, I guess it'd make more people think that maybe they shouldn't carry stuff, because obviously there's going to be consequences, I guess, if they do that.
Police just need to focus more on the streets, and people who are like look suspicious, they need to bring more stops and searches back out.
So you would like to see a bit more stop and search?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, look, it's not rocket science, is it? If you reduce police numbers and the budget, start giving out really weak sentences to armed criminals, and you reduce things like youth clubs for kids, then more people are going to carry knives and guns, and more people are going to use them. Oh yeah, and more people are going to die as a result, aren't they? Everyone that we spoke to today can see it. What's it going to take for the people in that big house there to actually do something about it?